Jai Sadgurudev. Good morning and good evening to all of you. Welcome to the weekly English Satsang organized by the North America Institute of Vihangam Yoga. In the current times, our day-to-day life has become busy in fulfilling our physical and mental requirements and social responsibilities. In this fast-paced routine life, the requirements of the soul are often forgotten. So first, I would like to congratulate each one of you for taking some time from your busy schedule to fulfill the requirements of your soul through satsang. We now transition to the next phase of satsang, Vihangam Yoga Fundamentals. This is a classroom-style interactive session that will help us deepen our understanding and confidence in sharing the profound teachings of Vihangam Yoga. By joining in full strength on Sunday Satsang, we can collectively build a stronger and more confident NAIVY Samaj. Let's all come together with open hearts and minds to learn, grow, and inspire each other. Our speaker for today is Raj Gupta ji, who is a sincere disciple of Sadgurudeo and inspires us with his seva and devotion. We have had the opportunity to listen to Rajji in past satsangs and indulge into deep spiritual knowledge. I request Rajji to please share your perspective on today's topic, which is the bondage of life. Over to you, Rajji.
Thank you, Neetuji. Hope my audio is pretty much audible.
Yes, Rajji, it is audible.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to bring some knowledge sharing on from the core concepts of Vihangam Yoga. So all the knowledge, all the source of knowledge in Vihangam Yoga is none other than the Sadguru's blessings and the Swarved, where we can find all these details, information. So before I begin, I would like to offer my prayer. So please join me in offering the prayer to Sadguru. बार बार वंदना करूं सदगुरुदेव हमार यहाँ वहाँ सब ठाम में महिमा परंपार शरण शरण मैं शरण हूँ हे गुरु वंदी छोर मोहि उबारो हे गुरु यह सो बार निहूर. So, as the today's topic, the bondages of life. So from this topic itself, like it's clear, we are going to talk something about, bondage. So in Swarved, Sadgurudev has very nicely written about the different bondages that we are, carrying with us. It's because so what that doha says is कर्मन की अज्ञान की जड़ चेतन की ग्रंथि बंधन में सब जीव हैं तीन प्रकार की ग्रंथि. So with this, Swamiji is clearly saying that there are three types of bondages. Every day, every moment we, go like we can, observe this in our actions, in our, life. Every day we go, we carry this. And he also talked about what are these type of bondages. One is karma, karman, like the karma, the deeds, the actions, what we perform, that also you know contributes as a bondage. We'll go into more details like what it is and how it is got as a bondage. When we say like uh, without karma the soul can like this, there is no moment where we are not performing karma, right? And it is something like when we are taking a birth as a in this nature, we have to perform karma, and without karma there is nothing we can achieve also. So but like how that becomes as a bondage, so we'll look at more into it. Then the other is jad chetan. Jad chetan is a bondage between conscious and the inert. So, so like seeing ourselves as something which we are not. So we'll actually go into more into that one. In a very nutshell, you can say like the spirit, right? It is a conscious entity, but how it is connected with this nature, right? So that's a Jad Chetan Ki Granthi. And the third is the Agyan. So which is the main core for all the rest of the two bondages which we discussed, and how uh, you know these bondages are playing a role. So first of all is like why we need to understand these things, and why it is very important in the spirituality. So thing is, we are living our life, we feel that okay, I'm able to do things by my own, I'm able to control things, I have a family, I'm driving that, I'm doing my job, I'm doing my business, whatever it is, whatever we are doing, we somehow like we kind of don't feel okay, we are into bondage as long as things are running according to us. The moment this changes, then we get into a feel okay, oh something I'm expecting, it's not happening. So that's where we feel, oh, there is something is away from our control, there is something which is stucking us, blocking us. So that's where like you understand, or you get a glimpse of okay, there is something as a bondage, or some stopgap is there. So let us look more into it. And so the first is we'll go with the avidya. Avidya is the ignorance, and it doesn't mean that we lack a knowledge, we don't have a knowledge about something. No, it's not that. We have a knowledge. We all know that, yeah, we are a kind of a conscious entity. We, because we can, think, we can desire, we can put an action. So we are a conscious entity, but having a contrary knowledge, like it's is called avidya. Okay, so we have a knowledge, but it is a opposite knowledge. It's a like false knowledge. So this avidya, the and it is a this is the root cause of, as I said, like other two bondages. So if we look at it, so are we the body? If we ask a question, are we the body, or are we the pranas or indriyas? The answer to that is no. We are not body, we are not pranas, we are not indriyas, we are not mind. But when we really interact with the nature, we actually mostly behave that way. We see this human body as ourselves. That is one of the thing. But this ignorance has started from the very beginning of the fall of this soul. So the soul is the spirit is like already into the bliss state. When it was in the bliss state, performing its bhakti with Paramatma, where like it is completely, it is free. There is no routine it has to follow. Nothing is there. You don't have to do any business, any job, anything like that. You don't have to do any study like that. It's a free, and whatever knowledge you want, you get there. It's a conscious zone where you are like, completely into the bhakti and enjoying the bliss. And with immemorable time, the soul, because the soul is agantuk cheta, like not agantuk, sorry, it's uh, it's a small entity, you can say. Okay, small entity means its capacity is also small. The knowledge it can bear at a given point of time is small. So always there is growth and depletion happens of the knowledge in the soul. So when it when that happens, the soul actually leaves the bhakti. It starts feeling that, okay, the all the bliss, whatever is everywhere, because when it is in the bliss state, it is seeing the bliss everywhere. The moment it is enjoying the bliss, it's fine. The moment it is looking, okay, this bliss is mine, I am, because when the soul stays in connect in bhakti, it also gets kind of a property of supreme being, that everywhere, like it sees the supreme being is there. And then it develops the aham brahmasmi. Oh, okay, this is mine only. I am the Brahma, I am doing these things, I am giving the bliss. This is the first false bondage it develops. It's an illusion it develops, like, okay, yeah, no, it is all mine. So this ignorance of what it's not, assuming that, is the first cause of the downfall of the soul. And after that, it stops doing bhakti. It's completely done. Now it's not enjoying the bliss. Now it is thinking that the bliss is by itself, by the soul. And that is where, from that point onward, it further descends down, when it sees the creation, the prakriti, and it gets into a mode like, okay, yeah, this is where, like, you can do a lot of things, and then gets trapped into this prakriti mandal. So the first cause was this bondage of ignorance, and it came into the avidya, the false knowledge. Once the soul enters into the zone of prakriti, it is provided with the tools, mind, pranas, it gets connected with all those things. Now the soul is further get a feel of dukh, sukh, like a sorrow, happiness, joy, all those things. Now that it can experience all those things because of mind and pranas, your thirst, your hunger, all those things comes from there. Then further it you know uh, gets more into the shackles. So this association with prakriti, and then it gets the slowly gets the body. That is where, like, the connection between the jad and chetan. Now in that state, the soul starts forgetting of what its true form. It is start assuming, okay, this physical body is okay, that's what I am. So here also see that the ignorance is playing a role again, because one, initially you had ignorance, it was all mind. Now when the body is connected, mind is connected, now mind will take you to enjoy all the different things, right? So now you are not at all looking, you have completely forgot about your own form, and you have completely getting driven by your mind and pranas. And you got the body frame here, you are now able to see things, experience things in the nature. So that's the second bondage, jad and chetan. The third one is the karman ki, like who, because without in this the rule of this nature is you have to be performing karma every moment. Even if we are sitting, it's a karma. If we are sleeping, it's a karma. So everything is karma only, because every action has a fruit. If you are sleeping, yes, your body is getting rest. So you are getting a fruit over there. You are studying, you get your fruit. You do anything. So any action we are performing, we are getting a fruit based on that particular action. Now, when we are performing this action, again the same ignorance, because of the ignorance, we are thinking that okay, everything is I am doing. But the first of all question is, if we are not at all this body, and I will give you a simple example how you can say like, okay, we are not a body or a mind. So you go into deep sleep, you experience that. When you wake up, you experience, you say like, okay, yeah, I was completely in deep sleep. But were you interacting with anything when you are in deep sleep? No. Even the doctor gives you anesthesia for that particular effect of time. You don't have any sense of your body, you're not interacting with anything, but then still you have an experience that you were not interacting with anything. You are the witness of that moment. Yeah, you were not, there were no knowledge of me, about me, or like about but this body. Actually, I was not having any sense of the body. That means there is something, a separate entity than this body. This body is, was given in this creation. It can anything can happen to the body, but not to you. So we are not the body, we are not the mind, because mind gives an interaction. Body even can feel a pain and all. The sense organs are eyes, ear, nose, nothing, we are there. So but in that state, when we are performing our actions, we think from our mind, whatever knowledge we have acquired in this world, we try to try to control some other people in our family. We try to perform action and say, oh, this is what I did it. Now that is a bondage, because this karma, the same karma, is a bondage to us, is because we, even when we are saying this, we don't even have our conscious sense awakened. We are not into that state and doing this karma. Our all actions, everything is flowing based on some kind of a relative effect from our nearby nature, activity, everything. So tomorrow, if there is any natural calamity happens, by looking at things and we also feel pain, right? And we might people they go and help others also. So we are performing actions, but without our own true knowledge of what we are supposed to do, where we should take our life. We are living because we have to live. Is that the question? No. We have been given an opportunity. This human birth is given as an opportunity, and with this opportunity we should utilize it, and understand that we have to come out of all these bondages. All the three bondages we have to come out. Now many people they do a lot of things, they perform a lot of things to come out, assume like, okay, it is good for them and it will lead them to eventually nirvana. But one point we have to understand there, if whatever we are doing, whatever activities we are doing, assuming that it will lead us to the nirvana, we have to think very closely on that. Is it making us detached from the Jad Chetan? Is it making us detached from the ignorance? See, unless until we go in the same path back, we are not going anywhere. We are into this, trapped into this nature. So, what thing helps here? So we have whatever path we are following. Is it, helping us in overcoming our, mind and go to a state where we, our actions will become, pure, in the sense like they will not affected by mind and the, you know effect of the prakriti, the tamogun, satogun, rajogun, and it's not influenced with that. Right now, all our actions are like that. So if that technique or if that activity is not leading to this, uh, it is still like, you can say it's not going to take you anywhere. You are into the journey, and your journey is kind of a, halted, unless until you get into something which will take you to that. Now, how Vihangam Yoga helps us. Vihangam Yoga, first of all, it helps us in getting a true knowledge of things. Whatever entity is there, learn them or understand them in their own form. Like in Sarvet Swamiji said, "Jo vastu jaisa rahe, taisa वाको जान, रूप बोध निर्भ्रांत है, संशयहीन स्वज्ञान." Means whatever entity we have, we should be looking to their true form. For example, like we do a lot of worship. So, whoever we are worshiping, right? Are we worshiping by reaching to their place where this entity is residing, or where this entity can be experienced, not with, any kind of a statue or photo or picture is there? So first of all, we have to know like the true form, like what is what is our mind, what is the indriya, how they are interacting with this body, how the mind, because as we heard that like uh, when we fall down, the mind and prana get associated with us. Now, if mind and prana are getting associated with us, and then only we can experience this nature. So if if we cannot, and this nature is as a rule, right? Everything has a time bounded. You have to come, go, like that. Now, if we have to free from the bondage of this nature, we need to detach with the mind, because this is the entity, you can say entity which is connecting with us to the prakriti. So we need to break that. We need to stop it. So we need to understand all those things. Then our Swamiji has written in Survey that about six eternal entities. We need to have the knowledge about them. So the main core is, as you get the true knowledge, one is you theoretically you do, and there is a practical, steps with that will, make you or like take you into the real experience of whatever you have, read and understood. So when that happens, then only you will be able to break this bondage of, karma, jal chetan, agyan. So we need to move on to the path. Okay, for karma, we have to reach to our state of purest form. From there, I should perform the actions, not by influence of satogun, rajogun, tamogun. If somebody has a more tamogun, his activities will be like that. He will indulge into those kind of activities. If somebody has a rajogun awakened, more prominent at the moment in his life, he will be doing all activities according to that. If a person is having a Satogun, he will be involving himself into like a lot of puja, worship, bhakti, all those kind of activities. So our actions are still like, guided by these gunas. Now, getting us free from those things is our first step. So that is where the gyan, the true knowledge, plays a role. See, initially we got into ignorance, agyan, right? And we started falling down, down, down here. Now, to go back from here to there is, the knowledge as well as experience, both things we need. And that's where the Sadgurudeo and the survey provides us a lot of details and the knowledge. Not only details, you actually experience that one. That's the true key over here. It's not just, a knowledge or just an assumption, oh, this is like this is like this, somebody, because somebody said it. No, it is when we follow those instructions, we follow those steps, we ourselves also experience it. So that's uh, is the Vihangam Yoga provides this. And slowly when we move backward, we have to reverse ourselves. So you can assume like we are a big, there is a big tunnel. One side there was a light, and we started traveling towards the dark side. And after getting into tunnel, uh, we are getting hit by some stone or something, and then we changing our direction and trying to search for a light in this darkness. That means searching for true bhakti into this transient, everlasting thing. We are trying to search in this transient nature, which is not possible. So the only way is to reverse back, to return back to from where the source where we came. So, and slowly when we do the sadhan, seva, satsang in any ways, like so the sadhana plays a role of taking us, making us more sharper, you know more sharper, to look more finer things, finer entities, experience the conscious entities into their true form. That's where uh, uh, we have to move forward. So it's like actually going backward. So right now our state is completely outside. We are seeing our outside physical body. We are seeing our outside every relationship, outside every the whole nature is there. So we are interacting with it. Now the only way to break all these bondages is to go inwards, because that is the, as you become more sharper and sharper. So what is going to happen is, as you move on meditation state, higher states, there will be lack of prakriti. Means the prakriti is there, but for you it won't be there, because you become so subtle, so sharp, that now that thing is becoming invisible to you. Okay, like it's something you can imagine, like, okay, if you look at somebody's body, you don't see his bones and all, right? You just see the outside body. But when you put it onto an X-ray, you see the inner bones. So some then, like, no body is visible, right? So you become more sharper, and that's where the prakriti gets detached. That's where your mind gets detached. When you start getting an your own experience in your own form, then your mind will get detached, pranas will get detached, and you reach to a state of, again, the brahmasmi, because that ignorance is still there. And at a very higher state, in the conscious zone, the Sadguru, the eternal master, appears, and gives us, blesses us the knowledge that you are into ignorance. You have come from that long over here. Then the soul realizes, and follows the guidance of the Sadguru, the conscious Sadguru, and gets the his whole darkness or ignorance goes away from there. And then it's again, as the ignorance is gone, it starts performing the bhakti. eh, that's enjoying the bliss over that state. So it's the path of reversal. And the most important thing is we need to understand, when we are performing any action, like, see, this body is not we. Okay, the identity which we are assuming today is also not what I am. Yeah, definitely. In terms of our action and something, we definitely has got this birth we have to perform, but don't take it okay, that we are the one who are you know doing things. And our actions has to be very pure from the state of consciousness. uh, you know so when we have all this knowledge, we need to start practicing things which can lead us into this direction. Okay, if something is not, these things are not there, definitely we are not going to come out of these bondages. So you know So that's where like our Sadgurudev finally, I want to recite this Doha of Swamiji, that Brahma Vidya chingi udi, lagi karma ghar aag, karma vasana jar gayi, chetan chetan jag. So when this knowledge of Brahma Vidya comes, when we get into this knowledge of Brahma Vidya and starts practicing it with sadhana, seva, and satsang, because these are the tools provided when we do sadhan. It helps us experience the states, different states, make us more subtle. Then seva, it is the main important thing which brings us come out of that ego or ignorance of that we have developed, that we have falsely assumed it. And it's because of, see, even if somebody is not performing any seva or any devotion to the Sadguru, then at a higher state when Sadguru will appear, how he will surrender there, because we don't have developed seva. So seva is very, very important. It not only takes us plays a role into the it actually plays a role in all the three bondages, to come out from them. So seva is very, very important. And satsang, yes, um, because without knowledge you don't even know where we are heading to, what we are doing it. So all those three tools from Vihangam Yoga, uh, sadhana, seva, satsang, they plays a the role in for us to get free from these bondages. So I mean, uh, whatever I tried explaining, it's you know uh, try to put things, I may have gone somewhere wrong, so please forgive me for that. But with this, I would like to end over here. Thank you, and over to you, Neetuji.
Thank you so much, Rajji, for explaining this topic on the bondage of life, um, and what should be the goal of human life, to go inwards and to detach oneself from the outcomes and carry out actions with very pure intentions. Um, Thank you so much, Rajji. I would like to thank you on behalf of all the listeners for the invaluable guidance that you have shared with us. And this has definitely helped us enrich our understanding on this topic. Um, at this time, I would like to request if anyone has any questions on what Raji has shared, or if you have any thoughts, you are welcome to share. And if anyone has joined this satsang for the first time, we welcome you to come forward and introduce yourself.
Yeah, Jai Sadgurudev, Neetu ji.
Jai Sadgurudev, Monica ji.
Ji. I have a question for Raji. Ji. So, Raji explained us very well what are the bondages of life and the various qualities, gunas of a soul, and how they directly impact our actions. And the talk is in itself very overwhelming. It touched upon a lot of things. But the question that comes to my mind is, um, i- doing seva, which is a selfless service, what kind of seva is needed? So also, Raji mentioned satsang, which is a communion with the truth, the company of the truth, and the communion of the truth is the satsang, which I understand very well. And sadhana, which is the meditation practice that we have to do. Having these three components in life, uh, how I mean, I understand these things are very important to lead the good spiritual life, have a fulfilling life, and it can take us on the path of salvation and liberation. But my question is, if we are doing the service, which I want to just understand what kind of service Rajiv is saying. And once a candidate fulfills these three pillars, service, satsang, which we are doing right now, is the satsang, and sadhana, which is the meditation practice. If done properly, can these things help a soul break free from the bondage of life in this present life itself? So that is my question. But before Raji answers my question, I want Raji to also shed some light on this seva. What kind of seva Raji is asking? Is trying to give us a message here. What kind of seva should we be doing? Thanks.
Ji, thank you for your question, Monica ji. And Raji, I would like to request you to take this question, please.
Yeah, thank you, Neetu ji, and Monica ji. It's really a very nice question. When we talk about seva, and there is a very clear difference between there are, or I can say, like, there are multiple different types of seva, and out of that, which type of seva we should be doing it. So Swamiji in Sarved very well written, like, Jatiya Rashtra Samaj ki sabahi seva jaan. So, like, we do service for community. We do service for, to even you go and donate in temples, or you feed some poor people or hunger people. So any of those, or you're doing any help to any needy person. So all those things are seva. And if you look at closely to each one of them, whatever those seva is doing is within the periphery of the nature. Okay, even though when we talk about seva, uh, um, yeah, we go with these things. But when in Vihangam Yoga, there is one more addition to all those type of seva. All those are really good, because that will keep us into, see, any of this seva. Let's say I'm doing a seva in a community. That means I have a knowledge, I have an understanding, or the we have all the four organs: man, buddhi, chit, ahankar. All the inner organs, they are into a state, they are into that higher state for me to do a seva in the community. It is at that higher state. I understand that we are not only earning for ourselves or doing things for ourselves, but I should do for other people as well. So this whole thing is not an individual thing. It becomes like for a little bit for community, like broader. It's a broader thing. It's a your antakaran is at a higher state, right? But this much is not gonna help us. We have to go much more higher. Okay, so because when we do all these things, somewhere we have assume, or like this, because when we are performing seva in the nature, that is in our chitta as well. And today, anyway, I know our state of man, buddhi, chit, ahankar is higher. I'm carrying that, and I won't take that as or develop into some ignorance. Later point of time, anything can happen. Because, see, the state where every action is going into our chitta and getting stored, and there is a state where even if you are performing actions, nothing is going into chitta. Because anything is in there, your chit, your mind can pick up, right? And there can be any messed up he can do if mind is uncontrolled. So we have to do some service or some type of seva which will make us or take us to a place where nothing is going into your chitta, right? So all the karma, everything has been burned from the chitta. That's where, like, a Brahma Vidya Chinki Udi Lagi Karm Ghar Aag. So everything got burnt in that fire. Now there is nothing, it's empty, right? So what type of that seva is? That's where Vihangam Yoga says is that seva first is any the adesh of a sadguru, not simple master. It's from the sadguru, the one who is the having the knowledge of, or the uh, Gyandhara of eternal master. So that Sadguru, whatever adesh, whatever guidance he has given. So in Vihangam Yoga, we say, okay, doing twice meditation, doing Brahma Bhut meditation. If we are following, are we reading Swarved, at least 10 dohas, and try to understand the knowledge into it. That is itself is a one type of seva, when we are following the adesh of the master. Then the other seva is the knowledge. See, the whole purpose of a Sadguru, why he arrived, or appeared in this nature, is to spread the knowledge of Brahma Vidya. So we have whatever things needed to spread this knowledge of Brahma Vidya, is the another type of seva we do. Because all these things, see, what happens is when you go and do in prachar, or try to be in the activity, or other satsang, lot of knowledge is again and then again it has been discussed there. And since you are also involved there, you are present there, the again knowledge goes into you. So again, like, it will start keeping you on your path, right? I'm 100% sure many of you will agree with me, is when you are not connected with seva, slowly your sadhan and other things will also reduce. And once you start getting into seva, of trying to find out ways where we can spread this knowledge of Brahma Vidya, that human, uh, definitely you will see that now you are also back into your path. So that seva, it helps us keeping into making us purified, because more and more knowledge is going, our actions will become more and more refined. So that is where, like, when we say seva in Vihangam Yoga, it is mean, because it will improve your mana buddhi chit ankar, the state of inner organs. See, when we took a birth, there was a state of our antakaran that we brought it with us. And throughout the life, we accumulate more things into that and filled it. And we have, enhanced, or, uh, more and more, adapted to other different scenarios or situations. And it is added to, our knowledge base. So, but when we do this type of seva, they helps us, cleaning up that thing. So that's what the seva I am referring to. So following the guidance of Sadguru, and helping in the prachar, whether it is by uh, we go by speech or vocal, or tan se, man se, dhan se, all those things comes, but under the head of, like, spreading the Brahma Vidya knowledge. So that's I think one of the answer for the seva. And regarding whether we achieve in this life or not, it depends on, how much strongly we are holding this ignorance and all this bondage. So it all depends on that, how strongly we are holding that. If that is loose, it is easier, possible, yes. And it's not that even if we are holding it very tightly also we cannot achieve it. No, we can still, because these three tools, sadhan, seva, satsang, more and more we will based on our after performing the duties, or while performing our duties, how we can involve ourselves with these three things will make our journey more quicker, more easier way. Because see, we accumulated all these things from births and births. It's not very easy that in a one birth we will get detached with it. So that is the only key is how much, how easily you can detach yourself. So based on that, and Vihangam Yoga Swamiji says, like, in his proclamation he did, अद्भुत मार्ग योग विहंगम, मैं तुमको बतलाऊंगा, यदि विधिवत तुम साधन करियो अमर लोक पहुंचाऊंगा. Means till the time you have not you won't reach to the state of nirvana, you are under my radar. I am going to help you. I'm going to uh, what do you call, prerna. I mean, I'm going to encourage you for all those good activities. It is my duty. I will take you, provided you do the sadhan seva satsang in a as guided. So that is where this is. It may not pass. I mean, like, it's up to Sadguru. It may or may not possible, because he only know how much we have accumulated all these things, and even we ourselves can witness uh, by observing our actions, by observing our things, how much we are detached. So yeah, but getting into this one life, I don't think it's something I can answer. You yourself will witness as you go along your life. Hope I answered to your question, Monica ji.
Ji, Raji, thank you so much. You have answered my questions very deeply and nicely. And, it is imperative that since we are holding to this, I would call it a very mystic path of Vihangam Yoga, teaching us all the necessary components one need to progress in spiritual life. We have it all here. It is a one stop shop. As you know, I would say in a layman's term, if someone is a true seeker of spirituality, there is none other place than here in Vihangam Yoga to fulfill the desire of your soul and help you progress. So, thank you so much, Raji. And just one small inquisitive thought that came to my mind is, how can people know what are the different methods that they can do this seva? Do you have anything on a portal where new seekers can go and look at these different methods, how they can be involved in this highest form of selfless service? Is there a platform where we can go and check any upcoming projects or current projects that one can contribute to? So, it becomes easy for them to see. Because in satsang we have limited time, and if someone wants to explore, they should be able to. So,
Yeah,
can you?
for that, I mean, yeah, definitely there are informations on our website, and the key is, like, stay connected with our WhatsApp and other groups. There is for anyway directions for to perform all your meditation practice and all. I think you already have received from your instructor. If you feel like something is missing, please you can reach out to um, uh, through our website or any means. You can come up into this forum and also ask a question, and our instructors will help you. So that is like one type of seva. Then if you are staying connected, you will know time to time different activities in groups, or when Swamiji is coming, probably you can you know uh, come that time, or for seva as well. Like last time, Swamiji was here for around a month, and we were definitely every time you need a lot of people do seva at that time. So scheduling workshops, or like even come over here there, and people, some of the people were performing seva. So the key is like stay connected. Our websites will also get some updates. I know it's a little slow, but yeah, but whenever any major of these things happens, you will definitely find informations through our website, through our WhatsApp groups. So there are opportunities where you can do tan se seva, man se seva, help us spreading this knowledge of Brahma Vidya. uh, uh, we have and then you can do the dhan se seva. There is a ashram acharya nivas is getting constructed. You can very well contribute there.
Raji, thank you. You just want to reiterate it in English, since many may not understand. There are four ways, like you said, a seva can be done, which is by tan. Tan means body. Man means mind. Vani, which means speech, and dhan. Dhan means which is your money. So these are the four ways one can do seva. And thank you again, Raji, for explaining so beautifully what seva we you are referring to. Any kind of seva is good, selfless service is good. However, following the guidance of Sadguru is of the utmost importance. And the four different ways and methods can be, the best ways to get in touch with your meditation instructor or see the website for upcoming projects. So yeah, thank you so much. All my questions are answered, and yeah, thanks for this opportunity. Back to you, Neetuji.
Yeah, just to let everyone know, our website is us.vihangamyog.org. So
Yes.
us.vihangamyog
So
dot org.
Raji, could you please type this in on the?
I'll type it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Monica ji, for the questions. And thank you, Raj ji, again for explaining, giving the answers in such great detail and making it clear. At this time, I would like to request again to the audience, if you have any questions or you would like to share your thoughts, or
Jai Sadgurudev. Sorry.
Jai Sadgurudev, Deepti ji.
Ji Neetu ji, Jai Sadgurudev. Yeah, I have a quick question for Raji. And Raji really answered Monica ji's question pretty well. And related to Seva, I have this question. As Raji mentioned that, of course, even we all know that Sadguru Seva is the peak Seva a human can ever do, but not related to Sadguru Seva, like just like the way Raji said, Tan, Man, Dhan. We have 4 or 5 different ways where we can, take that path and do the Sadguru Seva, but not related to Sadguru Seva, but in a very generic, basic way. If as a human being, if we think that yes, we have extended family, we have neighbors, we are living on this planet Earth, we are getting a lot of things from nature, from sun, from trees, from soil, or from air. So in that case, what is our duty should be to them? Of course, we know that suppose someone in our extended family, they are sick or they need any kind of help, before they ask, we have to help them. Those are the basic understanding we have. But my question is that, uh, like, what are the maximum soul level benefits we get by doing this, or it is all related to our mind, or in a very simple line, I would say, how it is going to help us in our soul evolution. So that is my question to Raji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deepti ji. So, yeah, your question is very good. And I think one thing I also mentioned that, see, all these type of seva, they are really, really important, whether it is a service to a society, service to a community, service to a country. So all those things are really important because they do play a role. It's not that none of them are playing a role, because it's actually uh, uh, uplifting our inner organs, their state, because it is helping us developing some kind of empathy with all the surroundings and nature. And yeah, definitely there are multiple ways. We should definitely get involved with all the types of seva. But just like assuming that seva is the enough, and with that itself I am gonna like completely uplift my mind. It's not gonna happen, because eventually you are doing this seva is still in the nature itself. You're performing karma and you're getting a fruit. But the one which will always you know uh, make us towards movement towards inwards, right? That will that type of seva or service will eventually clean up yourself. It'll make us more subtle into things. And definitely, like, as Vihangam Yoga, we also encourage, there is a food donations, there is a I think whenever needed, the other different type of services we are doing. So and even our Namdev Sarkar, he to encourage about the nature, he started the name tree initiative, where like every year, he encourages on his birthday to to plant a lot of trees. He himself does that one. Then Sant Pravars Vigyan Devji Maharaj, he is our the next successors of Vihangam Yoga. So on his birthday, he started, the blood donation. You know, so which is, I mean, in USA we are still, targeting like a to get 151 units of blood donated. That's there. So October 28th is the uh, birthday of Sant Shri. So see, that's where, like, see, even at that state, even our the guide or the masters, they are giving us telling us, no, you have to do these type of services. So that's where, like, we follow. So yes, all the seva is needed, and we should do it for nature. Yes, planting trees is one of the way we can uh, treat the nature. I think I remember, like, one place reading, or like maybe here, maybe some other person as a saint said one very good thing. So that is, we have a lungs, right? But our counterpart, like the other part of our lungs is outside, which are the trees. So we give out carbon dioxide, they absorb and give us oxygen. So that is one of the thing we can perform homam yajna, which is also a very good medium to fulfill our worldly desires. There is a lot of type of homam yajna are there for health, for different things. So yeah, so performing all the seva is really needed, because they uplift our mind or mental state. Um, it actually, you can say, like, that moment you feel that you are a servant of God and performing this, right? So that's the kind of a feel, if you develop, it's, yes, you are uplifting yourself. It's really good to do that.
Thank you so much, Raji. You answered it very beautifully. Thanks a lot.
Jai Sadgurudeo. Good morning. I just wanted to add one thing. That was a very beautiful question, Dipti ji. I think you have asked that question earlier also, and I'm really glad that you asked that question, because it gives also an opportunity to share that perspective. Raji obviously explained it so beautifully, but I just want to express my thought also here. I think when we talk about seva, as we turn the wheel of seva, satsang, and sadhana, then what happens is that it becomes like a snowball effect. So it keeps on picking up that momentum. And when that momentum happens, that means the person begins to realize that it is about the service mind. That means the mind is becoming purer and purer and purer. The iron is becoming purer and purer and purer. And when that begins to happen, that means, and that is what the bhakti means, because bhakti is about seva. And Then what happens is we begin to see that how all the pieces of the puzzle begin to fit together. And it really starts with the kripa of the Sadguru when these three dimensions are become available. And then what happens is that the service, of course, it starts with all of these three things, and then we make our mind as a service mind. And what that means is that the service begins to happen from inside out, and that encompasses whoever is closest within you, then to your family, extended family, neighborhood, community, and then what happens is you just become a moving service mind. So then everything hopefully begins to become part of bhakti, because now you are not doing it to enrich your temporary self. You are doing everything for your eternal self. And that eternal self is no other but one entity, which is your Sadguru, or the, like we say, it's just one entity. And then even at work or business, if you're not getting promoted, you're not getting raised, somebody else is getting higher and lower and all that, now you are untouched by all that. Not to say that you're not playing that role, but you are untouched because now you are doing for service. So this is how we divinize our actions on a daily basis. It may be not easy. That is why the snowball effect becomes very, very important. Otherwise, it's very, very hard to actually get to that stage where one is able to. Once I remember, I was telling somebody, somebody just casually asked, like, the work is taking a lot of toll and blah, 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 and all this. And I said, just make your mind service mind. Just think of it like a service. So what do you mean? What is service mind? And then obviously there's no much time to actually, or patience to go into that level of detail, because a lot of people, for them it's an alien thing. But that's why the snowball effect becomes so important, and we are so privileged to have this um, um, you know mechanism where we have this seva, satsang, and sadhana, and then we can actually really divinize most of our actions. So just wanted to share that perspective. Then what happens is seva becomes a sahaj swarup, and that's probably what pleases Sadguru the most, because he's looking for is a nirmal man. It's all about nirmalta in the man. And because I think Sadhguru doesn't care that we just, he himself says that no disciple should see my body and just think that when I'm servicing that body, they should see the satta that is flowing within this, and that satta is just one actually, and that is how we can actually inculcate the service mind within ourselves. And I think I would also request maybe NP Uncle Ji, if you have any thought on that, that will be very helpful. Thank you, Ji.
Thank you so much, Deepti ji, for the question, and Raj ji for answering, and Niranjan ji for sharing your thoughts. Now, I would like to request NP Singh Uncle ji, if you are on the call, and if you would like to share your thoughts on this.
Oh, looks like he lost him. He looks like he's dropped. Yeah.
Okay, I
It would have
also
been
thought
nice.
he joined initially. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to share my perspective and would love to hear others' opinions here. Yeah.
Hi, Jai Sadgurudeo. This is Suruchi. I just want to add on to what Niranjan ji said. So, the service mindset that you mentioned, I think that is the most important thing. That is what I, at least my understanding is what Namdev Sarkar has mentioned time and again, that we need to do what needs to be done, which becomes that in that moment deciding which seva is more important, or because at the end of the day we all have that limited time, and in that limited time it's not necessarily about which seva is better to be done, but everybody would have, because everything at the end of the day needs to be done. The society needs to be taken care of, the house needs to be taken care of. There are so many things that need to be taken care of. So in your capacity, whatever seva is possible, that's what we have to do when we are at events, whatever needs to be done. So like, at least in my mindset, it becomes, there's no big or small when it comes to seva, that this is such a tiny thing or this is such a big thing, or this seva is more important, that's that seva. Because depending on where you are in your journey, depending on what is needed at that moment, every seva has its own importance. As long as Niranjanji said, as long as we have that seva mindset, as long as we continue on that journey, that all we are available for is seva. Whatever needs to be done, we're just going to do that. Then eventually you get stronger when it comes to your seva. That's it. Thank you.
Exactly. Suruchiji, Monica this side, very, very beautifully iterated, and hats off to, people like Niranjanji, Suruchiji, who could shed really deep insight and light on this. But Suruchiji, Niranjanji also mentioned a term called, like he said, Nirmalta, which I enjoyed actually when he said that, because it is so important that even while having a service mindset, how sahaj and how light we are from inside in doing that is also extremely important, I would say. Not having even a slight dust of ego, or not feeling like, okay, I am doing this, but feeling very joyful in carrying out whatever you're doing, whether it's a big seva also or whether it's a tiny seva. But how easy and very light you are, like, I would say, as a feather from within in doing that. And I really liked that term Nirmalta, but I don't know the English meaning of it. So Niranjanji, what would you say that in in English, if because we have some English speaking audience, how would you?
Spotless, serene, the
Yeah.
defectless.
Serene,
Yeah.
yeah, I like that word, serene. Yeah, serene is the right word. And, having that kind of an attitude where you're light and serene from within in carrying that service is the most important thing, I would feel. Yeah, thanks so much, Suruchiji. Thanks, Niranjanji.
Just to add on that, Monica ji, so at least from my perspective, it would be serenity that you're talking about, the sahajata and nirmalta. That is something we cannot wait for it to happen in order to do seva, but that is something you achieve as an end goal when you continue doing seva. No, because seva gets us out of our comfort zone. It attacks our ego constantly when you are doing seva, especially for Sadgurudev. There are so many things that we end up doing which will attack our ego. So, starting from Sahajata, probably it's possible for a lot of people, but if we wait for that, a lot of people aren't going to be able to be ready to do seva. The idea I understand is you have to keep doing seva to get to a point where it becomes sahaj, where it becomes nirmal, and it doesn't bother because it has killed all the ego that was there.
Yes, absolutely, Suruchiji. You are words of pearls today, I would say. I needed to hear that. And not only in our spiritual journey, I think the same principle is needed in uh, every arena of our life, whether it's a family, whether it's home, or even at work. And it is such a beautiful quality to have, continuously doing seva, and eventually it will not bother us. Thanks so much, Suruchiji. Very,
One,
very
one,
beautiful explained.
one other thing I would like to add, that sometimes you will get the feeling that people take advantage of yours, and it's very important to have feeling at that point that Almighty's or Sadguru's kripa is actually happening on you at that stage. When you begin to feel that others are taking advantage of you because of your your nirmalta, because of your service mind, then that is where most people lose their confidence, right? But then a disciple will think just the opposite, that a great kripa blessing is actually happening, that I can give them and they can take it, like that. So it's a very, very hard thing, but I kind of realized, um, actually from Swamiji's mouth himself, Nirmalta word had come. That's why I mentioned that. And he's a moving X-ray. He doesn't have to be physically in the soil of the US to see that. Actually, he knows every disciple. And I think, of course, we will know more, but that is just based on whatever, based on my learning of satsang and sadhu samagam and shravan, right? Um, so it's very, very important. And I see that Jessica ji has a question. Maybe she can ask also.
Ji, thank you, Niranjan ji, and I really am thankful that we are fortunate to have been part of this discussion. And thank you, Suruchi ji, for sharing your insight, beautiful notes. And I do know that Jessica ji has a question. Shikha ji also has her hand raised. So we'll go to Jessica ji and then we'll take Shikha ji's question. So over to you, Jessica ji.
Thank you. Sadgurudeo, everyone. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of going backwards a little bit because everybody just up to this point was talking about seva. But I was listening to for the most part, the parts that I could hear Rajji was talking about like spirituality, and before I came across the path of Vihangam Yoga, like Christian background, so I was just like, wondering for other people for Char going forward, like how you would explain coming to the path of Vihangam Yoga and what you would do with other former beliefs. I kind of struggle with that a bit myself sometimes, so I wasn't sure how to have that come through in places of Prachar going forward. That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica ji. I don't know if it was at my end, but I was not able to hear you very properly. I would like to rephrase or say what I understood, and then I would request Rajji to answer this question, and also request you, Jessica ji, if you can confirm. So what you are asking is that how do you explain it to people who have come from different beliefs to then spread the knowledge of Vihangam Yoga in a way that Swamiji has prescribed. So is that the right understanding of your question?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Okay, sure. So Raji, I would like to request you to take this question.
Thank you, Neetu ji. Thank you, Jessica ji. It's a really wonderful question. And so Vihangam Yoga is, not just for, a group of people or something like that. It's for every human being. And see, the thing is, when we born, right, we had some kind of a state, and as we grew up, we are, interacting with the nature wherever we born, like in any country, any part of the world. So based on our surrounding, we have developed things like that. uh, what Vihangam Yoga brings is, it says that whatever state we are into, we have to go towards more as a human being, more purest form of human being. So where like our mind, is going above any evil activities kind of thing, or it is, it's not running independently. There should be some check on the mind, that it cannot, drive you into anything. Your chitta is also like, calm, that you're not getting into a lot of anxieties and things like that. So so all those things are there, because so it's basically, you can put it as like becoming more better human every day. When you practice things, you are becoming more better human. You are able to control your emotions. You're able to you know take actions which are not driven by, let's say, you got somebody has done something with an anger you are performing. So basically, there is a getting more and more control on yourself, and making yourself more pure. So because every human being is uh, uh, dealing with their inner these sense organs every day, your mind, your chitta, in their decisions, in their actions, what is inside it with their desires. And eventually these somewhere twist and turn us based on all our different type of top scenarios. Everybody is going through that. So it is something like help you how you react to the situations. So yes, Vihangam Yoga, the knowledge of Brahma Vidya, it's becoming a more and more purest form of human being, uh, making us free from all the ill things. And probably, I mean, if Vijayji is there, probably he might add to something into it.
I'm not sure if Vijayji is on the call, but I would like to ask Jessica ji if that answers your question.
Yes, that does. I do know that in like Prachar that I do have like others here that I can connect them to that could explain it a lot better. I did have it put to me at one time that Vihangam Yoga is, and I love the word, like a catalyst. So I really appreciated that also when I'd asked in India the same question, just wanted other thoughts on it. So I appreciate you, Rajji. Thank you.
Yeah, we see, like, see all the different activities, like say if let's say we do pranayama, right? So with pranayama, you get like more rhythm of your breathe, more rhythm into your pranas. It heals yourself, and if we physically heal, like it affects on a mind also. So that is one way. Then you like we do chantings. Chantings also helps into calming down our mind or bringing us into more harmony and things like that. So yeah, so all the activities, like see, many of people outside, they uh, can connect themselves more quickly with a lot of practical things, like doing breathing exercise, pranayama, and meditation. Slowly, as they will practice and becoming more, their mind is becoming more controlled, or can say more calm. It will be slowly they will be able to understand the different concept of Brahma Vidya, or the Vihangam Yoga knowledge. So yeah, it's a slow process, but in a very nutshell, yes, it's gonna help us a lot into becoming better human.
Thank you, Jessica ji, for the question. And again, thank you, Rajji, for taking up this question and explaining it so beautifully. I think we had one question, or Shikhaji wanted to share. So, Shikhaji, you're welcome to share your thought or your question.
Ji, Jai Sadgurudeo, everyone. Just a quick uh, thought on what Suruchi ji said, and Niranjan Bhaiya also. Nirmal Man, the pure thing that, it's a very complex thing that I have observed over a period of time. We can never have the purest of thoughts. We all have some flaws in us. But again, that should not deter us from doing seva. It is also complex in nature in the way that, when we start doing seva, it makes us purer. But at the same time, once we have achieved a certain level of seva, ego can creep in. So it's very important to introspect our thoughts from time to time. And yes, continue to pray to make us purer in our thoughts and actions. That's what I wanted to say. Jai Sadgurudev.
Jai Sadgurudev, and thank you so much, Shikhaji, for that thought. And this is so true that it's very important to keep a constant check on how you're progressing, and then with that progress, are you still grounded? Are you still humble? Or is that are you getting into a zone where you see the ego coming back in, and it's a different form of ego at that time? So looking at the time, I would say this has been a very engaging discussion. I'm sure we all have learned a lot of things that we can practice. At this time, we will move towards the last phase of today's satsang, which is the Shanti part. I request everyone to sit down for Shanti part. In Shanti part, we chant for peace for everyone in this universe. May Sadgurudev bless the entire cosmos with peace, love, and prosperity. I would now request Jessica ji to recite the last few lines of Shanti part for us. Over to you, Jessica ji.
Are you able to hear me well?
Yes,
Oh,
now it's
all
very
right.
clear.
Thank you. Shanti Path. Hey Prabhu Shanti Swarupa Ho. Excuse me, sorry. Shanti Shanti Maya Shanti. Hey Prabhu Shanti Prajalakasa. Your Sarva Shanti. Deva Sadapa Shanti Maya. Shanti Shanti Sukha Shanti. Boliya Sadgurudev Bhagavan Ki Jai.
Thank you so much, Jessica ji, for a soulful recitation of Shanti Path. I would like to thank all of you for joining today's satsang. I encourage everyone to ponder upon the topic we discussed today. Special thanks to Sulbhaji, Rajji, Monica ji, Deepti ji, Niranjan ji, Suruchi ji, Shikha ji, and Jessica ji for their seva and active engagement in this session, and for the team behind this for organizing and coordinating this satsang. I pray to Sadgurudev for peaceful and spiritual week ahead for all of us. See you all next Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on the same Zoom session. Have a wonderful day and week ahead. Jai Sadgurudev.